Hello, folks. How you all doing today? Now, for my leftoid fans and supporters who come here to, I don't know what you think you're going to do. I'm going to lay it out again for you very, very directly. Political correctness is a death pact, which the West has entered into with itself, a self-narcissistic suicide pact, if you wish. Leftism, which is the driving force, of course, behind this whole political correctness, egalitarianism, tolerance, is all a mental defect because none of it's based on reality. Therefore, people who believe it are insane. It tends to make people stupid, plain, homogenous, and rather lame. It makes them, because it is partner with death, worship death and seek their own death. The West, under liberalism, has turned modern man into, frankly, the panda bear of human history. So guilty he might continue on, he is willing to give up his ancestral home and his rich, vibrant history to make amends for crimes he has not committed. And we are the panda of human history because of you leftoids. Okay. This is because leftism, internationalism, have mentally and spiritually, quite frankly, castrated our race, our kind, the Western peoples. They have destroyed our families, cheapened all human interaction to the level of a market exchange, a mere commodity, left our cities in ruins, raped our history, looted our heritage, imploded our industry, and they are soon to toss a match to what is left of the pyre so that what remains can burn to ash, so that all liberal hypocrites can feel good about making others feel bad about being born. I think perhaps so they should see the history of the phoenix. We will be reborn. It's almost amazing because here we are, we're told daily how we're supposed to embrace this globalization, i.e. being as poor as African natives, or at any rate how we will, since it is coming no matter what. Right? And these leftists pretend that this poverty that's coming is some kind of joyous event, something we should embrace wholeheartedly. Like poverty is so uplifting. I don't know, you know. And that poverty embracement of the left allows for, of course, for the cheap labor drive of the money people who are making a killing off of this ideology, even though the foot soldiers of this ideology, political correctness, pretend to be against the money powers on the street. It's utterly insane. Anybody who can't see that the bigwigs on the PC left and the bigwigs on the money over everything right are working hand in hand is utterly blind. Now, in the end, both the right and the left harp on about this magical thing called diversity. Diversity, frankly, means the replacement of the Western, light-eyed, light-haired, traditional European peoples with anyone else. It simply means invasion and replacement by a foreign horde of outlanders. Period. Okay. Now, of course, the leftists they will try to frame this debate and in any outrage of native upsetness about this replacement as hatred or hate speech and, and the rest. But the very fact is that they're the ones that hate us so much they've decided to betray us, go to the party that wishes to destroy us, and are aiding these internationalists in importing our replacements, which will destroy us as sure as day. Now, and the other fact is that leftists frame debates so that equality is assumed, gender choice is some kind of fact, same-sex families are real, and the rest, and the rest, and the rest. And none of that's reality. It's all a matter of framing. Equality doesn't exist in nature. There is no empirical evidence for it. Gender choice is simply nonsense. There's hardwired biological reality about you're born with certain equipment, and that's it. You don't get a choice about it. The same-sex family is, of course, part of the death cult that I mentioned at the top and has absolutely no validity. It's as stupid as assuming that if we merely stack people up on each other, they'll replace more people somehow. People are not sponges. There's a way which people come into the world and a way which people perish. Same-sex family is a way to perish. Now, of course, by this time, many of you are thinking to yourselves, you leftists, hate speech. Because, of course, I've spoken the truth about whichever dogma it is that you support. And hate speech is there to ensure that only you leftists and your big money supporters get to speak, while you get to pretend that you have an open mic. Basically, all speech is allowed, but some speech, like my speech, isn't allowed. Now, thus, in the end, leftists, when you try your silly nonsense about how we're going to be happy about being replaced, and how it's hate if we talk about it, and how we're backwards and repressive if we don't accept your inane, idiotic, stupid, Marxist-inspired theories. Well, what we have to tell you is that, you see, leftists, in nature, debate doesn't rule. In nature, this rules. In nature, men organized into hierarchies are what provide order and ensure stability. And since you leftists are destroying that basis for stability and order, you will bring yourself low, very soon bring yourself low, and ensure that people exactly like me come into power, because I am the herald of real reality. I am the standard bearer of truth. And you are the scribe making up false things to try to prop up your false idol. Leftists want to pretend that nature has to respect your conceptualizations. No, no. You cannot force yourself onto truth. I'm sorry. But truth will force itself upon you. Okay? And what is funny is, the more you pound away at me, the more you pound away, the more you will waste your own strength, and the more you will ensure that folks like me are victorious in the end. Brethren, those who have listened to me want to have this little say about what the leftists are and how they do, and ladies as well, sisters. These people are temporarily ascendant. But like all games, it goes back and it goes forth. The tide goes up, the tide goes down. There'll be another tide. The trick is when you're stranded, to make the best use of the time so that you are prepared for the water to return. Thank you.